Hey you guys, it's Tanya. What's going on? I want to do a video today for those people who may not know how do I keep my hair straight for as long as possible when I get it straightened from my normal natural curly do. And I wanted to give you guys a little bit of advice and kind of share some backstory with you. I have been natural now for over 3 years, and I've probably only had my hair straightened in the past 3 years maybe 5 to 6 times. It really hasn't been that much. And my purpose for getting my hair straightened usually is just get my hair trimmed or cut. That has been the rule for me. The reason why is not because I don't like my hair straight, because I do like the straight hair look. And it's not because I'm worried about heat damage, because I do pretty much take very good precautions when I'm straightening my hair. My issue is that my hair reverts back very quickly. I get my hair straightened, and within an hour, it's starting to kind of get thicker. And within 2 hours, I'm starting to see frizz at the ends. And then by the time I go to bed, it's already kind of poofy. And I sweat in my sleep. So when I sweat at night, the roots get wavy. Well, what happens with that, you guys? Anyone who's ever had a relaxer knows what happens. When you have new growth, which basically that hair that I sweat through becomes new growth, and you have straight hair, well, where the two meet, we have a tension area. So when you wrap your hair at night, the next night to go to bed, hair breaks and snaps. Yeah, so that's the issue, why I don't go straight very often. Now, I have been dealing with this every time in the past when I've gone straight, I've had this issue. So I usually last about 2 days, 2 to 3 days max, with straight hair. And then I just put conditioner on it and wave it back up so I can avoid the damages. But this time I thought, before I went to get my hair done, I thought about it because, again, just like most of you guys, we don't really think about it like this, but it's the truth. Most of us were natural before it was cool. For me, I was natural as a child, and it continued to stay natural until my senior year of high school, when I begged my mom to let me get a relaxer. So she got me a relaxer, several relaxers actually, when I was a senior in high school. And back then, and I'm sure you guys remember, maybe you don't, because my back then may be different than your back then. But back then, stylists didn't really care what they put on your hair. Like, there was no thought of I should use the same kind of relaxer every time I get the hair done. So my stylist back then was my grandmother's stylist, so he was old. So he would just use whatever he had on hand. Also, you guys have seen my hair. I mean, you've been watching the videos. He would use the strongest thing possible to break my hair down the quickest. And he relaxed my hair probably every month. Like every 4 weeks, I was getting relaxed because my hair grew fast, and he was just like, oh no. Well, I went from having hair down my back to having, like my senior picture, my hair is to my chin. It broke off that much and got that short. It was hilarious. So I quit getting relaxers. And also I was going to college and I was poor. So I went back to just pressing my hair. And just so you know how strong my hair is, I had a relaxer on my hair that was growing out, and I was pressing my entire hair, like with a hot comb, just pressing the whole thing. So I have pretty strong, durable hair. Okay, Tanya, so bring it back. But my point is, I had to think back because I worked out and played sports in high school. I worked out in college every day, and my hair did not revert back. It reverted back at the roots, but I could fix that. But just having the whole issue of frizz and lots of, big hair and reverting back, I didn't have those issues. So I was like, well, what did I do differently? And, it's so funny how sometimes things just hit you and you're just like, Tanya, why did you not think of that a long time ago when it was always right there in front of you? Okay, you guys, what did we do back in the days that we don't really do that much now? Think about it. Grease. Hello, grease. You think about the products that we all hate, that have the petroleum, that have the waxes, that have, I mean, this just the grease. Those products block out moisture, right? They block out moisture. So that's why your hair didn't revert back as quickly when you're younger, because you had all this petroleum jelly and mineral oil on your hair to block out the moisture. Okay, so, but now we have better products that can still do the same thing as that petroleum, but do a better job and still allow moisture in your hair, but still keep it at a certain level so that the frizz does not come into play, the humidity does not come into play. So let me tell you, here's what I did last night when I got back, because my hair was already starting to revert back at the ends and in the roots. When I came home, I slathered, and when I say slathered, I mean slathered. I used my Basque 7-fold beauty blend, 7-fold butter blend, and I did it about three or four times. Now again, you guys, know your hair and your hair needs. Remember, I have high porosity hair, so my hair, I can put this whole thing on my hair. Well, I can't put this whole thing on my hair, but I can put a lot of the 7-fold butter blend on my hair, and it's not gonna slick my hair down and make it too greasy. It's just gonna give it a nice shine, and in a couple of days I'll need some more. So I used about 3 separate fingerfuls of this. I melted it in my hands and emulsified it. I then mixed into that my own creation, my Tanya's Apothecary hair and scalp oil. I mixed those two together and I just slathered it on my hair. So you can see right now today, my hair is shiny like a mofo because it's covered in butter and oil, and we have one more thing that is covered in. But let me get a little bit closer and show you. Look, you guys, look at my fingers. Can you see all that oil? I just have slathered oil over my hair. And let me tell you right now, it's raining here in Louisville, Kentucky, and I've had my patio door open the entire day. Look, no problems. I even have been sweating in my scalp today, and look, it's still looking good. Still looking good. We have no reversions except for what was already done last night before I got home. So you guys, when you do straighten your hair, make sure you slather some kind of great oil or butter on that hair to seal in that, I guess you could say, straightness. Now my last step, and you guys know how much I love this stuff, and it makes it even smell better, because my oil is an oatmeal milk and honey smell that I love because it's so light. Well, I finished my last step after I totally slathered my hair in oil, basically all over, is I used my Honey Child Honey Love Lock. Let me tell you why. The Honey Love Lock, remember when I told you in the prior video how this is like, it reminds me of old-fashioned grease? Oh, it just smells so good. Oh my god, I'm sorry you guys. Well, the ingredients, like I said, remember it has the raw honey, the royal jelly, coconut butter, sunflower butter, jojoba oil, that aloe vera jelly, and that fragrance. It's kind of a waxy feel, and so that was like I did that as my final outer shell coat to my hair. Just kind of like the last buffer between my hair and the elements. And again, you guys, you can see it doesn't look greasy, it just looks shiny. When you run your hands through it, you're going to get some oil on your fingers. You definitely are. But it's something that my hair can't handle. Like I said, in a couple of days I'll need more application on my hair. But I just wanted to show you guys. Remember, we forget. It's funny how we forget skill sets we used to have when we don't use them. Especially if it's been years since you've done that. But just remember, whenever you go straighten your hair, immediately put oil on it. Put oil and butters on your hair to basically preserve the straightness. Okay? Alright, you guys, we're going to move on to the next video. And as usual, what? I holla.